is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Wowie! Hi, I'm Bran, and I love When Calls the Heart.
Oh, zowie! I'm Panda, and I like When Calls the Heart.
Gee golly, I'm Dan, and I despise When Calls the Heart, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
The Hallmark Podcast. Deck. Come on, man.
Deck the Hallmark is this podcast.
Zinger. Hey, guys. It's Bran. Wow. It feels so good to be here with you guys today. It's already been such a good week.
Yes, it
We
has.
had the preview episode. We had the ranking episode.
I mean, the fisticuffs were thrown.
That episode yesterday was wild.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Well, we want to see
But
those
we're still
rankings
friends.
too. Still friends. That's
Still
exactly
friends.
right. We came back here today to be friends. Are you doing Wordle
He's
right
doing
now?
a custom Wordle.
I'm doing a custom Wordle.
Why?
With whom?
Because I just think it's the right
Who
thing to
sent
do.
it
With
to you?
who?
One of our double-deckers made one.
Okay.
It was good. If you want to join Bramble Jam Plus, you can go ahead and get
Deck the
that
Hallmark
custom.
words?
I don't know.
What is it? What do you mean? What do you were just doing it?
It's a Brian Harold themed word puzzle.
It's his words?
No,
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just reading. It says it's good.
I don't
It's
know.
called Heraldle.
Rocks. Let's try that.
What is happening? Are we doing this right now?
Okay, sorry. Now I'm invested. You guys do that and I'll explain.
Yeah, go for it.
What is okay? We do want to see your rankings. Remember, yesterday the link is in the description to do your own rankings. It's been a tough year. I think we can all agree about that.
Hasn't been the
best. But we do know now that spring is upon us. That preview episode was so much fun. So we got a lot of fun things ahead of us. We've got Nikki. We got Andrew. We got Hines over on Movies and
Reeser.
Mysteries. And so
It's
We'll
all
get
on the
there.
up and up.
Yeah, we made it through the doldrums, I feel like.
you think so?
Everyone's spirited come springtime.
It can't be worse, right?
That's true.
The movies can't be worse than what they were
That's true.
this year.
Can't be
Yeah.
worse.
I mean, I'm dying for the winter movies of 2021 and the February movies. Dude, Beverly Hills Wedding, not a bottom 3 movie this year.
No, it's not.
That's all you need to know. Beverly Hills Wedding already out of the bottom 3 for 2022 if it's
Yep.
in this year.
Yeah.
Everything I said about Brooke and Brendan, take it back. Most everything.
No, take it all back.
Yeah, take it all back.
Take it all back.
Take it all back.
Guys, can I ask you this? How are you feeling about heading into this next season of When Calls the Heart? Panda, I know that you are optimistic.
Yeah.
Did you wake up this morning, put on When Calls the Heart, have a little spring in your step?
I did. I was very excited.
Okay.
It's easy to be optimistic when you're Panda who says, I'm excited for a fresh start. I'm excited. I know Jack's going to die. I'm excited for a fresh start. That's my hope. Then when Jack's dead, he's like, I miss Jack. I miss him already. He's already gone.
Yeah.
You can just do whatever you want, can't you?
You know what, Dan? I can feel many things,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to let you determine how I feel.
No, please don't.
And so I was a little sad, but I'm still optimistic. Now that we've gotten the hurt out of the way, I was ready to roll into
And
chapter
what's wild
6
is
with new vim and vigor.
You hurt more for longer than Elizabeth did, from what I understand.
That's also true.
You're still mourning a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Still,
a little bit,
yeah.
Let's dive into this one. Does anybody know the name of this episode?
Not dead Jack, according to my notes.
Yeah, not Dead Jack.
I'm going to go A Heart of a Different Color.
Okay.
Um,
For what reason? What in this episode gave you that?
Just last time I did a horse movie, and so this time I just replaced horse with heart.
direct line to my heart.
Not bad. I see where you're
Oh,
going.
no. How about the Heart Man only rings once?
We have phone.
What's dumb is I had a similar one at the back. I was like, I could do like the Heart Man or something like that. It was great.
Who's on the phone? It's Brett the Hitman Hart.
We have
Alexander Graham Hart.
guys. These are all really good and very close. We have phone rings and heartstrings.
Good gosh.
So now it's the Wild West. There's no heart.
Hart was in that, you dummy.
Was it?
Heartstrings.
Phone rings and heartstrings.
Oh, yeah.
And also, guys, we can now say
Now they're not using Hart anymore. I see how it is.
Guys, we didn't.
That's on me.
We didn't.
On me. Full disclosure. You said it. I missed it.
Brant's trying to get on the show. We're over here just.
We didn't take the time last week, and this is on us, to say our goodbyes once again to our friend Benny.
Yeah, it was his last week.
This was last week. So I
And
did
then
put.
this
I
week,
put.
last week of Rippy.
I put together. Yeah.
Yep.
So I put together a quick clip show of Benny's best moments. Trace, cue that clip.
And it's to go ahead, just cue it.
In the arms
Benny's back,
of
baby!
the angel. I'm
hitting the sizzler! This health insurance isn't as good as I thought.
The angels.
What's the maximum out of pocket?
Boom! Here comes the boom. Ready or not?
Copay? I thought this was real benefits.
That's it. That's a weird. There's a lot going on there. One is a weird combo of Angel and Boom by POD.
Sarah McLachlan to POD. And then Benny, I think Trace got sidetracked with Benny's ongoing issue with his insurance provider, which is what I think is what happened.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
But we left him at such a down week too. He was selling everything. He took Iona to go all the way. It's tough, man. That was and he lost the show. So that was tough. We didn't even.
What's is we have to blame Trace a little bit because she cut it together to where Benny's excited. He gets the benefits at the Sizzler, and then they're terrible.
I'm fading it back up. we are. True.
They only covered $6 of my count.
We are.
How's a man supposed to live with this kind of insurance? I'm moving to Canada.
The nation. We are.
What do you mean I don't have a job at the Sizzler anymore?
Last days of the rest of my life.
Boy, it is a weird clip show, I would say. Didn't think Benny had gout either. That was another one that was.
learned
They
more.
only covered $6. To be fair,
That's bad
not
bad insurance,
great.
man.
That's bad.
That's bad insurance.
Oh my gosh.
did the Sizzler go out of business too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. But it was around in 20 whatever that was.
Yeah.
Why did we get the rights to really weird POD covers? Was that at Vinny's request, Trace? No. No, it was not. That was a creative choice.
That's just Trace doing her thing.
That's right. Wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling and dealing.
Phone Rings and Heartstrings originally aired on February 24th, 2019. We have not sold that year, and it would have looked something like this. Little Jack is alive and kicking, everybody. Look at that little big old baby. Elizabeth is back teaching, and the women of Hope Valley are taking turns watching Little Jack while she's at work, and she really misses him. Hope Valley is getting a telephone, and the town is abuzz. Except Ned told a telephone company that he can install it. Ned. Bill's not excited about the telephone because the telegram is dope. It's time for the first big call, but it appears that it's time for the big first call, but it appears it's time for the big phone. Why did I write that twice? It's time for the big phone call, but
Read it 3 times now. So.
but Ned blew it, and no call comes in, and the entire town is disappointed. The guy who owns the saloon is selling it. We've met him before. And Bill and Gowan are both interested in buying, but not together. Gowan goes to see if Lee would go in it with him.
Are you okay? Did someone break you? Do you need a tune-up?
Did someone say tuna? Gil? Are you there?
Just keep reading. He didn't have a clue what
No,
you're talking about.
Gil's not.
That's Panda is Gil's just the personal
Gil's
liaison.
agent.
You're Gil's guardian.
Yeah.
Gil's guardian, so I'm live. Bill then goes to Abigail and says he wants to sell his share of the cafe. She says, sorry, I'm not made of money. But she says that she, as much as she would want to, can't do it right now. We'll talk again later. So then he goes to talk to Lee as well. Everyone's going to Lee. So they both pitch their ideas to Rosemary, and both of them make Rosemary the star of the show. Speaking of Rosemary, she's working hard to set Carson and Faith up. Thank God. Invites both of them over to her house for dinner. It doesn't go great. Lee and Rosemary then decide together that Bill and Gowan both aren't getting his money, and they should go into business together. They go to buy it, and it turns out it was sold to someone else.
Oh no!
Bum, bum, bum.
And I wonder if whoever's buying it is who Elizabeth is going to end up choosing.
Oh, you mean Lucas?
I hate both of you guys so much.
A woman comes into town to fix the telephone. Can you believe that stuff? It was a woman. She does fix it. The band comes out. You know, the tuba and the flute. And everyone's excited. They get the call, and it is forward motion in history. And that, my friends, was Phone Rings and Heartstrings.
When
Goes the heart.
Phone strings and heartstrings.
That was a mess. We did it.
Kind of like Ned, am I right?
Am I right? Womp, womp.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a salmon in the box. I'm gonna go ahead.
Gil's coming in hot. Way
Thank you,
late.
Gil.
Okay, bye.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark. Yes, sirree. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark, When Calls the Heart. Season 6, a brand new season, brand new us.
Yep.
There he is. Let's start with the hot take, and let's start with my good friend Panda. Panda has just came in.
Yeah.
Reader's Digest.
Yep.
Junior
Yeah.
has said that Panda has fallen off.
Oh, man.
No.
Was that Tony Tubbs?
That's Tony Tubbs.
Tony Tubbs out
has
to
been,
get you.
He has been just vicious towards me for no reason.
Google me.
Well, you're here, Tony.
Yeah.
Why do you have it out for Panda?
He didn't follow me on TikTok
What's your handle?
at Tubbs Tube.
Tubbs Tube. You see?
At Tubbs Tube.
Yeah.
Panda, can you follow him, please?
No, I won't. I'm not going to be held captive.
Wow.
Come at me, bro. Google me.
Okay. I think we got it. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tubbs.
Dab.
Panda, what you got? Prove Tony Tubbs wrong.
Come on, man.
Guys,
Come in hot.
yeah. I think my zeal for season 6 might have been overblown.
Welcome back. Cause when the calls
This episode is not the best way to start season 6.
Man. They're firing on all cylinders.
Hey, I'm pumped about the Doc and Faith getting together. That could be cool.
3 years in the making.
3 years in the making.
Not really,
that phone plot line, that's really something.
Sizzling.
And
Scintillating.
Baby Jack. He's cute.
When's he going to turn like all into fire and like fight bad guys?
Jack.
Baby Jack.
Baby Jack. Baby Jack. Baby Jack. Yeah, guys, it's not a great episode. Nothing really happens other than advancing the saloon. That's the most important plot of this is the saloon being
big
sold.
cliffhanger is who's buying a saloon?
And it's just didn't do it for me this week. But that's okay. We're gonna pick back up. We're gonna regroup. And next week's gonna be the week.
I did not hate it.
You
but I
didn't not hate it?
I did not hate it.
Okay.
There you go.
I did not like it. I did. Watch this. Once again, Rosemary and Lee have a disagreement.
Oh, same bit.
And then they all come back on the same sides again. I would have liked to see Gowan and Bill run a company together.
I think that would have been great.
I'll just let you.
Thought it would have been good. Thought it would have been good TV.
The one thing I can't. The one
But
thing
they always do it.
They
Cam.
always do it.
They hit on a
always do
good.
it.
They hit on a good plot
Oh,
point.
you know, it'd be a good idea if we did this. Well, instead of doing it, let's do the worst possible outcome of that.
Maybe they do it. Maybe they open a rival pub.
Let's find something interesting for the two people on the show that have nothing to do. Bill Avery, Henry Gowan.
And I'm excited that Carson and Faith are probably finally going to get together. Aside from that, this episode just was. And on to the next. Dan?
Les Jack, still terrible. Still awful television. You have a season opener where they're not sure what they're going to do after the main character dies, and they come in hot with there's a phone coming to town. Oh my gosh. Just wanted to beat my head on a wall. It was bad. It was bad TV.
What was stopping you?
The fact that I had to watch it for this particular program.
If that is what you want to do it.
You're free to hit your head
You're free
against the
to-
wall.
Now that I have your
whatever you want.
permission, maybe next time I'll do it.
do it.
Record it.
Do it. Do
I'll
it.
record it.
Bet you won't.
I love
Bet
it.
you won't. You won't do it.
Do it, Dan.
Hey,
Do it.
where's the Butler
And then
classes coming
post
in?
it.
Hey, I did my trampoline bit. I didn't do the butler. You're right. I skipped on the butler.
You skipped on the Butler.
Do it, Dan.
I will not kowtow to you, Tubbs.
Hey, kowtow.
Hey, if you guys buy me the butler, I'll go full butler.
No. Now you're trying to make up for that.
No, I'll go do full butler. I'll do full butler.
We told you we'd pay for the butler.
And you still didn't do full
No,
Butler.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. You had a lot going
To
on.
be fair, I had a lot going on, but now that things are simmering down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to full butler.
This is bad television, and I'm so mad we have to watch more of it. It's terrible.
Let's get to all the feels part of the show. We talk about one of this episode gave us feels. Panda?
No, nothing. Not a thing.
Oh my
Brand?
god.
That's the right answer. Go ahead, Brand.
I, for one, like to imagine what it would be like. I've never really given it much thought as someone who doesn't really like talking on the phone. But it seems like it would be exciting, wouldn't it?
To talk on the phone?
Yeah, for the first time. This whole time you've been telegramming and now you can telephone. That's not exciting to you.
That'd be great.
Yeah, buddy.
So when it happened for the first time, you didn't get a little sparkle in your step?
No.
Okay, well, just like
I mean, it's not like they landed on the moon, Brand.
they may have
across
they
the
may
wires.
have well had they may
You're
as
going
well
down,
have they may as well have
They may have
because it might as well have been in the moon. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying it's not impressive. It's
Like I
really
can
amazing.
hear you.
Panda's trying his best over here, but
I
it's
can
not
only-
landing on the moon.
It's not landing on the moon, which we still haven't done, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Dan, we'll be right back here and take the hallmark.
What if somebody cut themselves on the can?
What up, y'all? We're back. We're talking.
It's your boy Brand.
We're talking When Calls the Heart, season 1, season 6, episode 1.
Man, you have had a full clip show of just buffoonery this episode.
Buffoonery.
Let's do the wait what, and let's start with you, Panda. Panda, what are you waiting? What are you waiting?
Guys, there's not a ton in this episode, mainly because I think that When Calls the Heart is just kind of settled down into having just weird things happen every episode, and nothing jaw dropping. But why are they just setting up the phone for the day of the event? Like, why hasn't them been prepped beforehand?
Yeah.
That guy
Ned
is just, he's setting it up minutes before they're supposed to. I just don't understand. Clearly, they've been planning this
And he
for a
told
while.
the phone company to kick rocks. He could do it. They were going to send somebody out, and he said, "No, I've got it."
Yes.
Got it.
Oh, Ned.
He did not got
With
it.
an instruction book from decades later.
That's fair.
It's like a purely white, stapled, perfectly, instruction book. Like it's a bit of like a dude in the 90s, but he's just in the 19 teens, basically.
Which Ned didn't have a prayer because they were talking about DSL, and he was just like,
What are they doing here?
he was like, I don't even know what is a fiber
Where's
optic.
the Ethernet? Where is it?
I don't have an Ethernet anywhere in here. I just have
I
gumdrops.
don't have ether or nets.
Cat 5?
I got
Forget
big wheels
about
of
it.
cheese, though. Got a whole plate full.
We're going to have the best doggone charcuterie this side of the Mississippi.
It's an all cheese charcuterie. Cheese and cheese.
It's our cheese cuterie.
Cheese sandwich.
Cheese,
bread,
cheese,
in
cheese,
the
cheese,
middle.
cheese, 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 cheese.
Would you like a brie?
Baby Jack, do 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 do.
Baby Jack, do 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 do.
Baby Jack, do 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 do, Baby Jack.
Question: what's better, Baby Jack or Baby Bell?
Ooh, what about Pepper Jack? Pepper Jack.
do 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 do. Pepper Jack, do do do
A
do.
little spice.
How about Monterey Jack? We haven't even gone through all
Monterey.
Colby Jack.
Colby Jack.
Colby Jack's my jam.
It's freaking awesome.
Thanks for pulling away the mic. That's like pro move.
That's
Pro move.
It's like the first pro
Colby
move
Jack's the
you've
worst of the
ever
Jacks.
done.
That's the first time he's like,
We've been doing this show for 4 years, and you said, "I've got it now, boys." We can learn some lessons from you because we do some screaming in this show. I have a couple. I don't know if this is a new thing or if it's just the first time I'm noticing it, but Elizabeth brings a basket to school, and in that basket are two books and an apple. And I just, why? Why is that what you're bringing to school? I don't know. I did a deep dive on the song Hush Little Baby. No one was asking for this.
They were clamoring.
But it is very unlikely that Elizabeth would be singing that song in 1918, 1920. That song is from the late 1800s, didn't actually get a recording of it until around 1930. Very unlikely that that song would have spread at that point. You're welcome.
Cool.
And faith only, I know, times are tough. You got to eat what you can eat. Faith only eats beans.
Yeah.
Faith only eats beans.
Go out to eat occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
But if I'm at home, bring on the beans.
Bring
y'all.
on the beans.
Faith only eats beans.
Only eats beans.
Times are so hard, and they're only getting harder.
I just didn't see it coming. Faith only eats beans.com.
.com.
FaithEatsBeans.com.
Only eats
Faith
beans.
only eats
beans.com.
Yep.
Get that domain trace.
That's
I don't know
right.
what we're going to do with it yet, but it will
Get
come
it.
in handy.
Secure it.
Faith only eats beans. Dan?
For a town that's about to get their first phone and receive their first phone call, it is bold to give up on that phone call after 15 seconds.
Yep. Not
They're like-
happening today.
15 seconds passes, phone calls aren't coming in, everyone leaves town.
And then Bill's offended that maybe his watch is fast.
But like the switcher, like so much can go wrong with phone calls in the 19 teens. It's 15 seconds. Give it a few minutes.
Give it, yeah.
You've gathered as a town gang. Give it 5-10 minutes. Give it a half hour. You left after 10 seconds. I mean, it worked out for you, but I love that they teach the phone through the can and the string bit.
Yep.
But I had flashbacks watching Elizabeth with the kid like 8 feet away from her doing this, of my kids the first time they got walkie-talkies, and they were like from me to Brand, and they were like, "Can you hear me? Yes, I can. Can you hear me?" And they thought it was the coolest thing ever, and it's like, no, that's not how that works at all. You did nothing. You could have just talked.
It's like when you're at the playground with your kid and they have that little thing.
yeah.
And then you're just trying to play along, but you can like hear
I
it.
could completely hear it.
Dad, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Through the thing
Yeah.
for sure.
It
Not
is-
you
dude,
yelling.
My kids thought they were such big kids. Like, Jay, go in the other room. Can you hear me? Jay's like 6 feet away. Nailed it. There's a student at the school who goes and borrows a book and returns it to Elizabeth. And she's like, "Oh, you loved it?" And this girl looks her in the face and says, "I love Jane Austen." And then in the next scene is like, "Never heard of Pride and Prejudice. Never heard of it." What? You can't do both of those things. You can't say, "I'm a Jane Austen head," and then go over to her house and be like, "Yeah, I haven't read Pride." That's one of the ones, I've never, like, I love Steven Spielberg. Jurassic Park.
Never heard of it.
E.T., Schindler's List. No, I've not gotten to those. No, I've not gotten to those yet. Big 1942 boy, but I haven't gotten to those yet. Like, no, you can't do that. That's not something that happens. Gowan makes an argument that Bill Avery that Lee shouldn't go into business with Bill Avery because he's never run a business. And I want to be very clear. That's what he's doing to some extent right now.
Yes.
He has 50% ownership in the cafe. He has done that thing before. The thing you're saying he's never done, he's done it. Elizabeth is a single teacher, and Jack, they established, did not have any money. He dies. She can afford a full-time nanny. Impressive. And then lastly, Tom, the guy selling the bar. He's selling the bar for $9,000. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know how that translates. But then we see Tom, and he's packing up all of his booze. Now, I'm not here to call Tom an alcoholic. However, it has been established Tom is not leaving to go and run another saloon.
He says he's poured
going home.
He's poured his last drink.
He's poured his last drink. He's going home to take care of, I believe, his sick mother-in-law. What's he doing with all of that booze?
You haven't hung out with his sick mother-in-law
Dude,
before.
she is putting it away. Like, wouldn't it make more sense to be like, I'll sell you all of this for $10,000 with all of the product? Where are you going? What are you doing with all that alcohol?
Slung my last drink.
You have alcohol for the rest of 10 lives for you then. One just didn't add up. Didn't add up there. Brands?
No, it works for me.
Yeah, fair. Oh,
Personally.
Good.
Because you just never know. You don't want to. It's like retiring from basketball and then selling all of your shoes.
That's
You
true.
keep them just in case.
That is not like that at all in any way, shape, or
that's
form.
true. That's why I've kept all my shoes.
From Baldwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I seen him.
Tubbs, you've been to Panda's house,
Yeah.
but he won't follow you on the TikTok.
I live in his shoebox.
What?
I live in his shoebox.
No, that's true.
Ask a follow-up. You won't.
So why do you hate him?
Google me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the call tag there. There it is.
I live in his shoebox.
Yeah, no, we got it.
More on that later.
Okay.
Follow my TikTok. Tubbs Tube.
No, Tubbs Tube.
Tubbs Tube.
Not Tubbs Tube.
I said Tubbs Tube.
You said Tubbs Tube.
No.
The first time you said Tubbs Tube.
I like Dub's Tub too better though.
But it's not that. It's Tubbs Tube.
Tubbs Tube.
Okay.
And it's 2 UBE.
Why? I mean, the number 2 and then BE would make sense, tube. But you went tube.
Because it's Tubbs Tube, mother effer.
Yeah, you can't say that, can you?
What?
Oh my goodness.
No?
No.
Whoa.
Hopes and valleys.
Hopes and valleys. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it. Panda, what's giving you hope for the future?
Listen, we're getting ready to meet a new character. That's cool.
I got hope. It's a fresh start. It's a new start.
New character next week.
Is that
I'm
it?
excited. Yeah, this episode didn't give me a lot to look forward to, but I know it's going to get
Yeah.
better.
What?
It's going to
Get
get
outta
better.
here.
It's going to get better. I feel it. Like I do feel that the next few seasons are going to be some of my favorite.
Really
ones.
get rolling.
I do think that it's going to hit its stride.
I love it.
What's giving you that hope?
He doesn't have
new
anything else to
characters.
say. Yeah.
New characters. And I think that the dynamic.
They got the phone now.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think that now that once you start
One small step
introducing
for
some
man.
new technology into it, I think that they're gonna follow through. I think, man, we got just so much on the horizon to look forward to. Nathan, Lucas,
The rest.
the rest. I think it's good. I'm not just saying that. I really think that this is gonna be great. I really am excited about.
You think it's going to be great television?
I think it's going to be elevated. I
Okay.
think it's not great.
I could
per
buy
se.
elevated. I could
think
buy
it's gonna be
elevated.
I think it's going to be elevated, and it's
Great. No way. No how.
not great, but I think it is going to be elevated, and I'm excited. I think we're going to get plot points that you would not even believe.
Wow.
Moving forward,
I bet that's not true.
it's going to be fiery.
Fiery. Great.
Plot points that you would not even believe.
You couldn't even wrap your mind
way.
around it.
No way.
It's going to have layers.
Layers. Love it.
My hope
Is built.
on nothing less
That's all. Go ahead.
than Bill and Gowan in business.
Business. You're very close.
I love it.
I think there's still something there. They had come around to the idea of working together. they'd gone to propose that deal. I'm hopeful that that won't be squandered. I want to see those two in business.
Yeah.
It's like a buddy cop show, you know, like
buddy cop.
That would have been an actually good idea.
I think we can do something
Those
with
two
it.
running the saloon.
Yeah. Gowan clearly is getting antsy, doesn't want to be in the wood business anymore. Who can blame him?
can blame him?
Bill, you know, there's no crime. Got his jail cell fixed. So what is he to do? Idle hands make idle man. So and we don't want that. So I think those two are going to go to business together, and I'm really excited about it.
I love
Okay, I don't think they ever are, but good for you.
There's going to be storylines
that you would not even
you wouldn't even
would not-
believe.
You couldn't even. Your little
Gosh,
tiny brain
couldn't
even
process it.
see
Your little
it.
pea-sized brain.
couldn't process
Your
it.
little tiny noggin.
Tiny noggin. I have no hope. My valley is that, you know, the one thing about Bill Avery is that he has been the sheriff and the Mountie in the town with Jack gone, because he is a former Mountie. So like they do both. There's a new Mountie coming to town. So somehow Bill Avery's still going to have a role on this show for no reason at all. And I think they're going to still have him in here with less to do. And that's all I've got. Robert is in this episode briefly, but also don't have much for him. Right? 0 for me.
Yeah, he doesn't really do
he
anything.
doesn't do
for me.
anything.
He's just kind of there.
He's fine.
And so maybe he's changing.
Maybe he's changing.
Which is what our
don't
prayers
buy
have
that.
been for.
Yeah.
I've been praying for that for a while now, and it's good to see a life turned around.
Yep.
For sure.
Do we have a What's Calling My Heart?
We sure do, Bram. What's calling my heart? Hello at decktohallmark.com.
Hello.
You can send us and tell us what's calling your heart. We probably need to ban this guy. His name's Brian Harold. He wrote again. Brian says, I live in New England, the better England, if you will. Sorry, Fiona. Around this time of year, we get some unseasonably warm days, and I start thinking about summer nights. And when I think about summer nights, I think about summertime blockbuster movies. And when I think about blockbuster movies, I think about Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, and other really fun movie series from my childhood. So what's calling my heart is, when can I start watching these movies with my kids? They are 5 and 7 right now, so I think they're still a little too young to enjoy them fully. I'm thinking 2 to 3 years from now, what do you think? What are some classic movie series, big knucklers, if you will, big knucklers, that you're looking forward to watching with your kids? And what ages do you think you'll wait until? Kick Rocks, Double Decker, number 207-ish, Brian Harold. Boy, that's like a full question for us.
That's a good question.
Thank you for opening up. I have pondered this a lot. My oldest
I
son,
have
who
too.
is 4, is all in on superheroes.
Yeah.
But he turns into a complete doofus when he watches anything like Spidey and His Amazing Friends, even though it's like,
Dude, my kids,
not-
I had to put a ban on PJ
can't
Masks.
watch it because, you know, Doc Ock comes on there and then he starts being mean, and we're not
He
doing
starts
that.
hitting, my boys start hitting each other.
So as much as I would love to think that, you know, in a few years I'll be able to show him actual superhero movies, I am doubtful. And so, you know, maybe double figures.
My thing is this, is my kids are all in on the Avengers. They've not watched any of the movies.
Yes.
And I've thought it through. And I think when they are like 9 or 10, the first one I will show them is probably Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be the least, like, because they also would get scared, I think. But the movie that I'm most excited about showing them is Into the Spider-Verse, because they're big Miles Morales folks. And I think that's probably it's a cartoon, but it's PG-13. I think it's PG-13.
There's some intense
It's
things
probably
going on.
9, 10, 11 there. Now, you're talking about some big knucklers here, Bri. I mean, I'm definitely thinking double digits for Jurassic Park.
You think so?
Yeah. Back to the Future's got some situations that, I mean, I'm not showing my kids at 5, 6,
You
7
could
for
fast
sure.
forward the.
I tell you what I'd show them. I tell you what I'd show them before 10. Star Wars. A New Hope. I would show them A New Hope before they turn 10 years old.
You could, I think.
First
with
Harry
Star Wars,
Potter. I would
7, 8, 9. I think.
Yeah, depending on your kid. First Harry Potter. I'm probably in at 8 or 9. I think first Harry Potter. That's PG. Probably in on that.
What about Clary's Gazette?
Dude, Clary's Gazette's like a 21 situation. Not a day under
I'm
it.
still too young to
I don't
see
know
it.
about
And you are
Clary's.
1,000?
Yeah, it's mean. It's just mean.
Clary's Gazette.
Clary's Gazette.
Lily has responded really well to the new Batman that came out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did show my kids all of Kubrick's, discography, if you will, filmography.
They really were drawn to Eyes Wide Shut, right?
Yeah. Eyes Wide Shut, Clockwork Orange,
Oh
both
my gosh,
get big.
both brilliant.
With my 5-year-olds, for sure.
Clockwork is just
Yeah. Yeah.
Lily enjoyed it. She said it was a little slow in the beginning, but really picked up.
Well,
near
one
the
of my
end.
kids did call it shallow and pedantic.
Yeah.
The other
Don't
one was all
disagree.
in, though.
Grizz is a big Conjuring fan.
Yeah.
He's been going around
The
just
whole
clapping
verse.
behind me.
That's right. But he even likes the Annabelles, which I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
Annabelle Creation?
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Right.
Origin?
Come on.
Yes.
Man, I don't know. Conjuring 2?
Even the Nun.
Even The Nun.
Yeah.
Which is the highest grossing of those films somehow.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
The highest grossing of all the Conjuring films is The Nun.
More than The Conjuring itself?
Worldwide. Yes, The Nun.
How?
Because life's
The
not
Nun
fair.
the Nun is Mrs. Worldwide. I don't know what to tell you.
Apparently.
I'm sorry. That's baffling. That came out right before the pandemic.
I think so. Yeah.
Man, the last thing that we have in our minds is The Nun.
The Nun.
Did The Nun gross more than the last Nolan movie?
Tenet? Worldwide, probably. Wow. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Tenet did fine, but it didn't do good because of the.
Well, and I think
Right.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Because The Nun,
Classic.
classic.
Makes sense.
I couldn't even tell you the plot of that movie.
Of Tenet or The Nun? Either one
Nun.
I couldn't. You're
The
right.
Nun. The
Yeah.
Nun, nah, can't do it. I saw
no.
it in the theaters.
I didn't see it. You saw The Nun?
You saw it with me.
We did not see The Nun
I
together.
may have
did.
seen it.
No, I've never seen The Nun.
Buddy, we have seen The Nun
I
together.
promise you we've not seen The
I
Nun.
promise you
We've
we have.
seen the trailer
We've
a
seen
bunch. We've not
no,
seen The Nun.
No. We went together to go see that.
We saw Winchester.
No. We saw The Nun together.
We didn't see
I
The Nun.
promise you
I've
we've
not
seen
seen it.
You have seen it.
I've not.
You don't remember it,
okay,
but we
Then
definitely
let's look
saw
it up. If
together.
you got a way to look it up, I'd love to.
I don't think we can, but I think you remember. There were things popping out of the ground and everything.
There are. Okay, so The Nun, there's a grave, there's a cemetery,
Yes.
and a church,
Yes.
and
You don't.
I think
recall any of that.
somebody gets somebody
Buddy,
gets buried.
I wouldn't have gone by myself to see
You
it.
wouldn't have. You'd have only gone with me. That's
Right.
what's interesting about.
I
this.
did go see it by myself.
You did. You were not. No,
I have no qualms.
I remember the preview so well because they have the one scare.
Yeah, it's a good
with
scare.
the dude. It's a great scare, but I've never seen the movie. I've also never seen the last Annabelle, the third Annabelle.
The painting of the nun. It's at the beginning. There's a painting with her. Correct.
There is a painting.
Yes. No, we've seen it. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. We have seen it.
Wow,
We've seen it.
everybody!
No. That's how good it was. I completely forgot it. I blocked it out of my mind that we saw The Nun.
And
And it was a pretty crowded theater too.
Yeah.
I think we saw like opening weekend.
Doesn't the doesn't a girl get buried alive
Yes.
at some point?
Yes.
Does that ring a
There's
bell?
graveyard.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I remember it now. We're good. No.
That's wild.
Completely
You blocked
forgot.
that out.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is wild.
Because I literally remember where I saw every single movie that I've ever
That's
seen.
wild.
Hollywood 20.
You remembered these better than me, which is
Yeah.
why you had me doubting. I was like, but
Dude,
somehow I know.
I'm
what's in
so
this
proud
movie.
of you.
Dude, good job.
I'm so
Way to
proud of you.
Way to
Because
stick to your guns.
old Panda would have backed down.
Way to stick to your
Old Panda
guns.
would have backed down.
I was wrong.
But there couldn't have been another world. No one else would have seen
No,
the movie
you don't
with
like
me.
scary movies. You just go for the fun.
I do. I love fun
Yeah.
scenes.
I'll never forget seeing.
We're still recording, right? Just want to make sure. Okay.
What was that movie we saw at Camelot, which made it creepier?
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Oh
It's
my
the only
gosh.
movie I've ever turned the lights on when I got home after seeing.
That is
In my
There was
life.
something about seeing it in the theater by ourselves at Camelot.
Just the three
as
of
well.
us.
Just
Yeah,
the three
yeah.
of us at
It was
Camelot.
like happening all
Holy
around us.
smokes.
Which Camelot is haunted. Like
Yes. Yes.
I haven't
Camelot's
seen
haunted.
anything or experienced it, but it is haunted.
It's haunted
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, everybody. Did we do what we needed
did
to do?
everything. We
Great.
did it.
So show your kid The Nun ASAP is what we're
right.
getting at because
He'll
it
forget
is the
anyway.
highest grossing
That's right.
of the
That's right.
Conjuring series. We'll be back tomorrow with Signs to Deliver. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.